reality is that every single point in this UN agenda is to be achieved through centralized government control and totalitarian mandates that resemble communism.
We are free, we are America.
Agenda 2030, which I'm going to go over with you all right now. Robert David Steele did great work for our movement. Rest in peace, sir. All right, Amazon.com. You can pick a copy up of the book there or visit my website, johnmichaelchambers.com. Here we go, folks. Good program to share with those that need some awakening. The United Nations has announced a new global plan for 2030 that will end human freedom under the claimed label of sustainability. It is actually a plan rooted in government coercion and the crushing of individual freedom. This is the blueprint, for a global police state that's being pushed under the claim of sustainability. And yes, they will criminalize rainwater collection, home gardening, homeschooling, etc. The UN's 2030 agenda document, being unveiled back in late September of 2015, is being touted as a blueprint for so-called sustainable development around the world. But the reality is that this document describes nothing less than global government takeover of every nation across the planet. The goals of this document are nothing more than code words for a corporate government fascist agenda that will imprison humanity in a devastating cycle of poverty, while enriching the world's most powerful globalist corporations such as Monsanto, DuPont, and Big Pharma, of course. Now, to understand the real goals of the 2030 agenda, you have to understand how globalists disguise their monopolistic agendas in feel-good language. It should be noted that nowhere does this document state that achieving human freedom is one of its goals. Not a small detail. Nor does it explain how these goals are to be achieved. The reality is, and we're coming to learn how these goals are being achieved, and they are, and they have been. We're going to put an end to this soon. So the reality is that every single point in this UN agenda is to be achieved through centralized government control and totalitarian mandates that resemble communism. They have escalated this Agenda 2030 at warp speed, full throttle since the election of 2016. Why? Because they thought they had it rigged enough for Hillary to come in, but instead the world got Trump. And thus the rapid escalation of Agenda 2030's goals, with the release, for example, of COVID-19 and everything else that we see taking place, like the invasion at the border and the kinetic warfare about to hit the streets, and far worse to come to America later this year, as the president, Donald J. Trump, said 100% chance of terrorist attacks. Here now are the 17 points of Agenda 2030 and the hidden reality behind their stated goals, worthy of sharing this show to help people wake up. They can Google it. Since they like Google, they'll find it there. Fact check it. We are at war. Be sure to join me the first Friday monthly as I cover Battlefield America and the course correction for humanity on the 40,000-foot view with John Michael Chambers. You'll find that at ampnews.us. Information you need to help make sense of the madness. Wake up and step up. May God be with you.